While I wait for the new Magic set to come out, which is going to be end of April, yes, there are a few more builds that I may do for my large selection of Magic cards, but I'm turning my attention to Force of Will and having a lot of fun. So earlier today I cracked 12 packs of Crimson Moon's Fairy Tale, the first set, and I cracked 2 rulers, which I already had. But I'm going to have a little stash of rulers anyways, so it's nice to have them. And then I also cracked 12 packs of Return of the Dragon Emperor, cracked 1 ruler. Of course, the yield is smaller for this set. Then previously I had cracked 16 packs. I think it was a total of 6, yeah, it was 12 plus 18 packs of TCW Alice cards, and I already have selected cards, and including some dual lands that I have. They're not really dual lands, they're dual stones. Anyways, dual stones. And I'm going to do a Dark Alice Grixis build, red, blue, black, with all the cards that I pulled from there. But I'm not going to add anything from the 12 packs of CMF or the 12 packs of RDE, just to keep it challenging and interesting. I really like limited builds. And then there's all these other cards that I have that did not make the build either because they're in the wrong attribute color, or even if they're not, they are colorless, they still just didn't fit the build. So those are those cards. But what I really wanted to focus on in this particular video, besides showing all the cards that are currently in the cube, the Mega Cube for these 12 packs, is I've got a stash of rulers. I already have a list of rulers. There's 47 of them. And I believe here I have 31, so I'm missing 16. Some of the ones that are missing, I think are, I'm going to try to pull. And if not, I'll pull them out of books of duplicates that I have. I do have a Legacy Lost Lumia duplicate, and I do have a CMF Little Red duplicate. Crimson Girl from TAT is the only expensive ruler that I'll have to find, that I'll have to buy as a single because I'm not going to find any TAT packs. And then there's Zero from Curse of the Frozen Casket, which I would like to pull, and I think I can do that. So here's a run through of all the rulers that I have. Of course, Grimm is key to any cube building because there are so many fairy tales. I mean, just like you can build a cube just with Grimm, which is awesome. Then there's Bloody Snow White, which we pulled today. This is the second copy, and it's pretty cool from CMF. Going set by set. Then there's Pandora of Light and Pandora of Dark. I believe I pulled the Pandora of Dark today. So those two. I mean, they're very low powered. Of course, there's been some power creep, but they're pretty good. One is for discarding, and the other one is for destroying all resonators, so that's good. Then there's TAT Lumia, which is one of the prettiest cards in the entire game, and that's from TAT. And then there's also TAT Bahamut, which I already have as a duplicate. And of course, by now, because I've completed all of these sets, all of these cards will remain sleeved and will be for making cubes in, God willing, years to come. Then there's the Nyarlathotep, a very ancient Egyptian name, for Toulouse. Yeah, that's going to be fun. Scheherazade from NPR, Mana Craziness. Kaguya from NPR, Treasury Items. And then the 2 Alices from SKL, which I have videos for when I pulled. One is a blue-green, the other one is blue-red. Machina from SKL for colorless critters, resonators. Then Arla, which is sort of like a weapons, right? Search your main deck for an angel. Oh, it's for angels. Yeah, it's an angel deck. So I really want to build an angel deck. I want to build an angel deck, and I want to build a dragons deck. Of course, requires no introduction. Reflect, refrain. I think, like Grimm, Reflect Refrain is its own paired dual decks. I think a rule that I came up with a long time ago, and this is one of many cubes that I've either tried to build or built for Force of Will over the last few years. I think the rule for playing Reflect Refrain is that everyone is on Reflect Refrain. I don't think you can have a game in which you're playing Reflect Refrain and the people at the table, the other people at the table are not. I don't think that's doable. Unless you are right out of the daylights out of it, which you can do as well. Dark Alice, which we pulled the super duper pretty one today. Then Yggdrasil from TMS. And I think, yeah, Yggdrasil doesn't have a back, but Dark Alice does. Well, I don't know what we would call back, but double side. Yeah. So there you have it. And then Yggdrasil, which is really kind of one of these that you can be near dead and you can win. Magic has a lot of cards like this too. Then Alisaris from also TMS. The TMS rulers are great, by the way. TMS is a good set as far as rulers are concerned. Hold on, let me see. Managed to drop cards. Seem to be doing that. I can't believe that I haven't hit the tripod yet. Okay, so Alisaris from TMS. Then Xion, also from TMS. It's in one of the competitive decks that I rebuilt, and I have videos for that in this channel. Machina from BFA, which I did build from. Was it Machina from BFA? I seem to remember it being Machina from BFA. Yeah, and I think I've got another ruler from BFA on my list that I want. But BFA's rulers are not really that great. Then Yogg from CFC, and yeah, I gotta pull a 0 out of a CFC pack in 2021. I would love to do that because I couldn't find any in TCG Player. Crazy, and I don't have a duplicate. The only one that I have is the one for my complete set. Sun Wukong, which is a very casual deck, definitely very casual deck. I've built it before. It's fun. Faria, which is not as casual as Sun Wukong. And of course, in the case of Lapis, I'm picking all 20 rulers in this super build. Yeah, Valentina, it's a little bit of an expensive ruler. That's a duplicate that I have from Legacy Lost. And Nine-Tailed Fox, Lydia's Petal, which, yeah, it's on the list. Then Milliam, which is a very casual ruler from RDE. Priscia, which is super broken, and I know people hated this card. Incredibly enough, because I've cracked so much Return of the Dragon Emperor, I have yet another one of these outside of the complete set, so I have a total of 3. Kaguya, also treasury items. I've built this deck, and I even have it built somewhere, which means that I must have another copy somewhere else. Yeah, there, I hit the tripod. It was bound to happen. So the way that I have the tripod, it's got this little lever thingy sticking out and where my hand travels. That's why That's why I'm always hitting it. Okay, so that was that, and then this dude Gil Lapis from RDE, and oh wait, I think. Oh, wait a minute. Yeah, right. It's the same dude. Same dude. Never mind. Yeah, I was just looking at the wrong side. There we go. Yeah, so this guy. And then Book of Light, Book of Dark. I only have Book of Light duplicate. These are easy to get. They're very cheap. The same with this dude, Alibert. Alibert's not an expensive card. Then last but not least, the Yggdrasil, also one-sided from Echoes of the New World. All right, so that's that. Those are the 31 rulers that I have so far. No new ones from the recent pulls. But I'll continue to pull from the 12 sets except for TAT over the course of 2021, and we shall see. We shall see what gets added to this list. I'm not sure if I'm just going to randomly pull something out of here and build with the selection that I have. I'm sure that I will do that at some point. I'm going to enjoy in the beginning the fun of a limited selection, even limited down to the ruler. Then there's all these special lands, rare lands. I call them lands. They're really stones, I know, that I have duplicates for. That are really, some are really good, some are so-so. You know, the moon ones from MPR, the one for Xi'an. These have a ruler and a specific ruler sometimes associated with it. These are very cheap. They're the ones from TTW, from Twilight Wanderer. The TMS ones are also very cheap. Most of them, at least. And of course, BFA, everything in BFA. I think almost everything in BFA is cheap. Return of the Dragon Emperor, Legacy Lost. These are more like, you know, a little more expensive. These are cheap. Echoes of the New World. Then, of course, there's what I think is the backbone of any cube in Force of Will. Not necessarily this dragon, but I have it here because I had to put it somewhere. I think all three. But these two cards. I think these two cards are just primary cards if you're going to build a cube of this era. And this is going to be a Wanderer 12 set 3 cluster cube. Interestingly enough, and I think I've made a video about this, but I'll put it in here as well. I don't know if you can tell, there's two that are very much alike, so I'll separate one of them out. And so these two are different, right? Can you tell? This one, the one on the left, is the original print. The original print from Japan does not have that super shiny look, okay? That is Taiwan. So there you have it. The best resonator in the game still today, I believe. Still a $10 card, even though Wanderer as a format is completely non-existent, which is wonderful for me because then I can just buy things for my cube and not worry about anybody else wanting to do the same. And then Severing Winds, which is really the Force of Will of Force of Will, because it's got a condition for which is a free cast. So that's really, really, really good. I think this is a great card. I still can't believe, but again, it's because Wanderer is dead. So yeah, I can't believe that I'm able to do this, but I'm very happy about it. And then you have your dual stones. These 4 we pulled today from the CMF packs. I've got more somewhere else, but you know, I'm going to be buying some more just so I can put them in decks. And I would like to build some of these decks eventually to be permanent, so that it can be like what people like to call a battle box. And I already built a battle box with competitive decks. So these are from Curse of the Frozen Casket. And I'm going to be pulling more of these for sure because I plan to crack more Curse of the Frozen Casket. Thankfully, it's out there. And then there's some more from CMF and TAT. So there you have it. That's what I have so far as the backbone for the cube. I have many more cards that I'm not showing here that are really almost like in bulk piles. But some are not really. Some are not bulk. Some are just because I've been very lucky with this trading card game. In a sad way, because it's kind of dead. I've been lucky that I've been able to crack so many packs over the years. Especially when I was getting my willpower points. But I'm still doing it. I'm still going to do it. So I hope to have some fun, and I hope somebody else, at least one person who watches my video, joins me in this journey. And if you're that one person, please leave a comment. Let me know you exist. Maybe you can give me some pointers of which way to go. I mean, it's always a lot more fun to do one of these with somebody else, not just to make it a self looking in the mirror experience. So it'd be nice if there were other people who shared my love for Force of Will and were interested also in building their own cubes. All right, take care.